from the Jackson.
What's up, y'all? This is Relly, all back on another video. Yes, and today we'll be talking about the New York Knicks. Now, you might be asking, why am I talking about the New York Knicks? It's because, as we all know, the New York Knicks is the second to last in the East, and it's no secret that they suck. Now, with that being said, I figured it would be a great idea to compromise a trade that would give the New York Knicks some hope and eventually maybe a chance to even get in the playoff next year, maybe the season after that, or
oh shit, here we go again.
Or, you know, just give them a chance where they would have a piece that they know they could build around again. Now, these two trades has everything to do with the exact same player, but I've given the New York Knicks options because greatly the New York Knicks have contract to where they could move some players, 3 or 2 players, to actually get a star. And I feel like this one would be probably the right one because I feel like they could attract one more player to go around them, or they could build the team where they would grow alongside with this star. So, with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. Now, as we all know, it's no secret now currently, the New York Knicks is trying to get Andre Drummond.
That is blasphemous! That is blasphemous!
And it's no secret to that. You know, it's no secret just for the New York Knicks. There's a lot of teams that's trying to acquire a talent in Andre Drummond because he is the #1 leader in rebound, and he's just a great talent to have. And we understand that Detroit is not really using him right, but according to Andre Drummond, he wants to be there. But realistically, other teams wants to build around him. Other teams feel like they could build a team better alongside with Andre.
No shit, Sherlock.
Drummond. They feel like they can get assets better than Detroit. So it would only make sense for other teams to actually try to capture Andre Drummond's services to try to become playoff threats, finals contenders, or even try to win an NBA championship. So, I've made 2 trades with Andre Drummond that could potentially change the game for the New York Knicks, and like I said, give the New York Knicks some hope, something that they've been striving for, something that they've been craving for, and eventually help them try to capture a playoff appearance that, you know, since they're Madison Square Garden, since they're supposed to be the Mecca of basketball, finally give them their road to glory as we have it. Now, the first trade would have Andre Drummond for Bobby Portis and Taj Gibson. You say, why would Detroit Pistons accept that? The New York Knicks would have to give up some first-round picks in this trade offer. Yes, Bobby Portis is 24. He's young enough, and he's locked in for a couple of years. But Detroit would want some return back. That would mean they would want some picks, of course. And I would not blame them in this trade package. Taj Gibson would really be like kind of like the salary dump to further match the Andre Drummond contract, even though Bobby Portis' contract is pretty high, but it's nothing to be scared of. It's tradable if you don't like the player. And another reason why Detroit would do that is because they're trying to make sure they don't lose them for nothing, and they also want a possible reasonable return for Andre Drummond. So even though I probably should have said a disclaimer, none of these trades has picks because I'm using ESPN Trade Machine, which does not allow me to give picks. But you could just imagine that Detroit, in any of these trades I say, they would want some picks in return, at least 1 or 2, because it's Andre Drummond, and he's, like I said, the #1 leading in rebounds. Now, the second trade, which is also for Andre Drummond, they would give up Bobby Portis, Dennis Smith Jr., and Reggie Bullock. You say, why is this trade offer any better than the last one I said? Because you get a 24-year-old Bobby Portis, you get a young Dennis Smith Jr. as a point guard, and you get Reggie Bullock, who is 2 years, he got $4 million on his contract. And you say, why is that good? Because that means Not only is he a quick salary dump, even if you want to keep him, he's not that expensive to keep on your team, and he's a tradable asset in Reggie Bullock averaging 10 points on the New York Knicks. Dennis Smith Jr., we all know Dennis Smith Jr. has the potential to be somebody that's great. It's just New York Knicks might not be the location for him to actually reach out his potential. Maybe Detroit can be that. Yes, they have Derrick Rose and they have Reggie Jackson. But let's be real, Derrick Rose is probably on his way, not because he's bad, but because he's so talented. I think Detroit realized that they can get full return in Derrick Rose. Even though Detroit has said that they don't realistically see them trading Derrick Rose unless Derrick Rose asks for it. But let's be real.
What up, G?
They're probably in discussion with him. And then as Reggie Jackson concerned, I would honestly go to Detroit Pistons fans and hear them cry and say they're probably ready to move on from Reggie Jackson. The Reggie Jackson experiment has not worked so far. Matter of fact, even when y'all got him, it didn't work. Let's be real. Reggie Jackson is not that type of player. He's good, but he's not good for y'all. He's not a starting caliber player. You know, I want to use that with a grain of salt because, like, I'm not trying to say he's trash or suck, but it's just when you put him in a starting position, you have the expectation that he's going to give you quality and realist.
Have you ever had a dream that you could
being realistic about it? He's not giving you quality. So starting with Dennis Smith Jr., a younger point guard, y'all can grow him into the culture you want him to. You can give him the time, the freelance, and give him the space to really build around Dennis Smith Jr. and also have probably take a pick from this trade as well and try to build a younger team. You got Dr. Doom and Seiko, and you can really create a culture around them and make a young, fun team in Detroit. And I don't feel like Detroit is really scared to rebuild. I think it's just really them being scared to really receive what they're going to get for Andre Drummond, because I understand that y'all don't want to get finessed.
Oh shit, here we go again.
But at the same time, y'all want a reasonable enough package to where you're also feeling a little comfortable, because no matter what trade you make, you're not going to feel all the way comfortable because you're trading Drummond. You're trading the best rebounder in the NBA, which is so difficult, so weird for y'all because y'all have had this star. It's just unfortunate that y'all wasn't able to complete a roster amongst Andre Drummond. But for the New York Knicks fans, this is what you've been dying for. You are willing to unpackage these goods to get Andre Drummond because Andre Drummond is worth it. The only question mark about this trade is if Andre Drummond opts out. He has the potential to leave the New York Knicks for absolutely nothing. And that means not only did you greatly lose the trade, but you gave up 3 or 2 asses, depending on which trade you chose, and you lost them for nothing. You basically lost 4 players amongst the year, which would be the ultimate New York Knicks move, which would also be the biggest slap in the face to a Knicks fan, because that just means y'all just cannot win from losing. And it sucks, which means you would have to upfront get a confirmation from Andre Drummond and say, hey, are you thinking about resigning? Would that be something good to offer if we gave you this much money? And you have to nail that in the coffin, because New York, I understand y'all want Andre Drummond, y'all been in talks, but you must make this talk serious and you got to talk to him. I understand the tampering rules, but forget the tampering rules. People been tampering since the day of age, and y'all got to make sure y'all can secure the bag, because if Andre Drummond leaves, the New York Knicks will once again be the laughing stock of the NBA. So, with that being said, if you like today's video, go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell for more amazing content. And with that being said, go.